أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Welcome back to a new episode. Have you ever imagined how long should someone wait for an answer when he or she proposes? And if anything, how should someone propose or suggest? What modes should one use when he is proposing? And who should suggest? Should it be a man or a girl? Join me, Hadija Mariam Nyanzi, founder and director at PAM Professional Counselors. I'm a couple strengthening expert as well as a counselor, and I've got great passion for family. As we are continuing, having worked on yourself, having worked on your personal growth, you've looked through your past, you've forgiven yourself the past traumas, you have gotten consciousness about Allah, you've worked through your emotional scars, psychologically you are set, and now you are ready for a partner. Now we are wondering, how should you approach someone's daughter or son? Remember, at this point in time, Surat Istikhara is continuous. This is where we consult Allah to give us guidance, to give us the best option from that we are seeking. So it is continuous right from the time of picking interest from someone. We continue praying that Allah gives us the best. Now we are wondering, how should you suggest? And what modes should you use? Are you going to use a phone call? Is it going to be an SMS? Are you going to send a message on WhatsApp, Messenger, or you are going to use the ordinary letters? As an individual, I would prefer the face-to-face approach, because this gives me an opportunity to look into this person's bravery, to read his mind, to read his verb and the non-verbal communication, to tell whether this person is real serious for a marriage relationship. Don't forget, we are looking at how to prepare ourselves for a long-lasting marriage relationship. Now, when he comes physical and proposes directly into your eyes, you can really tell. Remember, all these are not 100% that they will give you the best results. And should also not forget that it depends on different individuals. Individual differences matters, and the circumstances. Because if, for example, someone proposes, how long should he wait for an answer? Should it be a year, a month, days, or weeks? And if he is to wait, how does that individual take your answer? When you say no straight away, does it mean you are really saying no? When you say yes straight away, what will this person think about you? You must consider all this, especially to ask the women. If it is the woman that has proposed, which is not so much common because we are not courageous that much, but we should also not forget our individual differences and our cultural setup. That many times when a woman proposes or advances to a man, the man thinks this girl is ill-mannered, maybe she's so much frustrated, and he may take it as a weapon against you when you are married, that when you reach there, this man may say, you know, it is you who pushed me, I was not ready, you advanced, you made all sorts of tricks to make sure you lure me into this affair, and now you are disturbing me. So, as a woman, how are you preparing yourself to propose? Because we know in Islam, we have the opportunity to propose. But don't also forget that when you are proposed to, how long should this person wait for your answer? Some people, by the time they come to propose, they are really serious. They are about serious business. They don't want to be tossed up and down for years and months. So you must also look into it. Look at the circumstances around this person. Nowadays, we have people that have been out of the country. He has come for 2-3 months to keep around, and then he proposes. He wants the nikah to be done there, and then he flies back. Now, if such an instance happens to you, how long are you going to wait to give this person an answer? Because remember, in the process of him proposing to you, you have the opportunity to continue praying Salat Istikhara to make sure that Allah is giving you the best guidance. So, Look into it. How will this person take your answer, a yes or no? Straight away, will he believe you are the right person or not? So be prepared for that. And also what you should be prepared for is the answer itself. You should be prepared for both the positive and the negative. Some people, by the time they propose, they have put in a lot of energy. They've invested a lot of energy and maybe resources, and now he's waiting for your answer. And he is on tension. So how smartly are you going to give your answer to this person? Oh, that must be considered, because sometimes we see people when someone proposes and they say no, people get totally frustrated. People feel it is too much for them to handle. So you must be aware of how are you going to give this person the answer, and this person must be prepared psychologically, physically, and emotionally. Maybe you should also help him to prepare for that. Yes, let's assume the answer has come out to be a positive one, and that is what you wished for. What next? What can we do next after having got an answer that is positive to the person you feel is the dream of your life? Don't forget, and I will continue saying this, Salatul Istikhara is continuing. We are asking Allah to give us the best option. We are seeking Allah's counsel. We are seeking Allah's guidance to select among those, because so many times it is not one person that proposes, especially to the women. There might be so many other people, or 10. So when he proposes, don't give up with Salatul Istikhara, and he should also not give up on Salatul Istikhara, because this thing helps you when you are into the marriage, that when you get challenges when you are in marriage, you at least say no. This is just a test from Allah, because I consulted him. He was involved in my affair from the time go. So you are contented that really when things go up and down during the marriage, or during the journey of marriage, at least you have where to fall. You have a fallback position, that, but at least I consulted Allah. I never did it alone. So now, as you are continuing with your swala, and now the answer is positive, you are so much happy. What happens? Now we go into serious courtship. I'm using the word courtship because we discourage dating. Courtship, this is when a man and woman intentionally, they intend to be lawfully married under the protection and guidance of their parents. You get? Courtship is a choice to avoid temptation and experience the blessings of Allah. We are experiencing the blessings of purity, that these people are willing to be patient such that they reach that day when they are in their original sense of innocence. We discourage dating because couples usually date with a selfish interest of enjoying themselves, having fun, enjoying romantic attachments. They have no commitment to consider for marriage, and the other people are not considering maturity and readiness. So there are so many things people do during the time of dating, and this is very common among the teenagers and the young adults. So we discourage dating because people take it for fun. And my dear, when you are looking for fun, look no otherwise. When you're looking for fun, go up for a hobby. Go and learn something new. Go to swim, go and learn football. You do those things that make you happy. But don't look for fun when you are breaking someone's heart. You date 2-3 days, you sleep with a girl, a one-night stand, and all of a sudden you drop her down. Please don't joke with someone's heart. It is really precious. And for us counselors, the people who have gone through heartbreaks, it is very much hurting, that it is very hard to build these people back. So now you are in serious courtship with this person you've chosen, and you are continuing the prayers. What could be most ideal to come next? What should we do next? This is the time for us to think about tests. A full body test, a premarital screening test, where you are willing to go for a physical test, go for blood group tests, have HIV and STD tests, maybe hepatitis B, diabetics, or genetic medical history, fertility tests. All this is important. There are so many other tests like thalassemia. This test helps to see whether when we give birth in future, the children will not be having birth effects. We must look for mental health statuses. Some mental health conditions can be really bad, and they can be passed on to our offspring. So we must check for the mental health status of people, because we have things like schizophrenia. So look up into that. Go in, have tests for chronic diseases, because some chronic diseases affect our pregnancy. There is the genotype test. This is done depending on the geographical location of people, and so many more. So when we are having tests, both of us should be there. And while we're having these tests, remember, in our beginning we said marriage is an act of worship. It is a form of worship. It is an act of ibadah, and we are preparing for the best. And we want to protect and preserve our marriage and also our children, and also to prevent ourselves from the preventable diseases. This has not been so much common in the past, where people are testing on having tests on several other diseases. So right now it is important to go in for the tests, such that when Allah enables you to be together, or when the nikah happens, at least there's certain things you've managed to reduce. I thank you so much for being with me today. We thank you so much for subscribing to our new channel. And those people who are new to this channel, please, thank you so much, and continue subscribing. Till next time, thank you so much.